Police officers have beaten an unarmed mother of two in Carlsbad, California. Last July, Cindy Hahn was en route back from a child's birthday party when she pulled over when she found a police car with its door open and sirens on and asked the police officer outside, "What's going on?" She was told, "Mind your own fucking business." Mrs. Hahn then called the police department to register a complaint against this officer. And a few minutes later, this very same officer followed her and pulled her over for a seatbelt violation. We've got some video for what happened at the end of that traffic stop. Now that's Mrs. Hahn on the ground right there. The van in frame is what her two children are sitting in as they watch her get pounded. This is the police punching her in the head. They also knee her in the breast once or twice. And you have to ask, why did this happen? And what's the reaction from the city? Because it looks to me like the officer's done something wrong.
Yeah, you would think that the city would, and the police department of the city would immediately sort of come clean and admit to a wrongdoing of some sort.
You would think. Now, they've dropped all charges against her, but their response when she launched a lawsuit was this, and that's the city of Carlsbad looks forward to bringing this lawsuit before the proper judicial authorities as soon as possible. We're prepared to provide a complete and detailed account of the facts of this incident in a courtroom, not in the media. So it's like basically the police department in the city of Carlsbad had doubled down and said, hey, this is a perfectly legitimate way to end a traffic stop.
Sure, it's now a lawsuit. They stand to lose money on this. They'll treat this as she did not comply to a lawful order by a police officer, and that's why they treated her this way. And that's kind of a blanket excuse. Did not comply to a lawful order by a police officer.
I will say this, a lot of people out there are going to say, well, you know, she didn't have to. If the police tell you to do something, you actually have to do it. Even if it's an illegal search and seizure or anything else, you have to comply with them or they can, you know, they're not supposed to beat the hell out of you for not complying. But this is something totally different. This is a woman who called in a complaint. The officer, the object of that complaint, then left the scene of the crime he was at to follow her, arrest her, pull her out of the car, and then beat her on the ground.
It sounds like she arrived in the middle of a scenario of which this officer was already aggravated, said, it's none of your effing business. He was already in some sort of heightened agitation, then went after her and took out some sort of aggression on her when she's maybe struggling here, but she's not presenting any threat. And to see an officer, a male of any kind, punching a female for any reason is very disturbing.
Well, multiple guys beating up an unarmed woman in front of her kids. I mean, come on, Carlsbad. Does this guy really need to be a cop? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching The Lip TV.